Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. My name is Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we are Backyard Musing Science and Technology Channel.
Yeah, we're talking about a technology topic. This one has to do with one of Steve's favorite topics, computers and supercomputers. So here we go.
New high-resolution simulations reveal that stellar rotation plays a crucial role in transporting material inside red giant stars. Recent advances in supercomputing have helped astronomers solve a long-standing mystery about red giant stars. Scientists have long wondered why the chemical makeup of the surfaces of these stars changes as they age and grow larger. Stay with us. Would you like to know more?
For decades, researchers could not fully explain how changes deep inside a red giant eventually appear at the surface. Thought we were talking about computers. Anyway, nuclear reactions in the star's core after its internal chemistry. However, a stable layer separates the inner region from the outer convective envelope, whatever that is. This barrier prevents material from moving easily between the two zones, leaving scientists unsure how elements travel from the interior to the surface. I thought we were talking about computers.
No, the supercomputer cracked the code.
Ah, okay. All right. So we're talking about another planet.
Yes, red giant stars in general. A new study published in Nature Astronomy on December 29, 2025 by researchers from the University of Victoria's Astronomy Research Center, ARC, and the University of Minnesota now provides an answer. The solution? Stellar rotation.
Okay, this is a quote. Using high-resolution 3D simulations, we were able to identify the impact that the rotation of these stars was having on the ability for elements to cross the barrier. This is according to Simone Boulin, lead researcher and postdoctoral fellow at UVic. Going on with the quote, stellar rotation is crucial and provides a natural explanation for the observed chemical signatures in typical red giants. Would that be like Mars?
No, Mars is a planet. It's not a star. It's not a giant.
Here we go again. Okay. This discovery is another step forward in understanding how stars evolve, unquote.
Astronomers have known for many years that sun-like stars eventually run out of hydrogen fuel in their cores. When this happens, the stars expand dramatically and become red giants that can grow to as much as 100 times their original size.
But still not a planet.
Still not a planet.
All right. Since the 1970s, scientists have detected clear changes in the surface chemistry of these expanding stars. One notable example is a drop in the ratio of carbon-12 compared with carbon-13.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a big change, right?
Yeah.
These changes suggest that material produced deep inside the star must somehow reach the surface. Until now, researchers could confirm the physical process responsible for that transport.
Quote, we knew that internal waves generated by churning motions in the convective envelope were able to pass through this barrier layer, but previous simulations found that these waves transported very little material. We were able to show that the rotation of the star dramatically amplifies how effectively these waves can mix material across the barrier to an extent that matches the observed changes in surface composition, says Simon Boulin, a UVic postdoctoral fellow.
Okay. Boulin and his colleagues discovered that mixing inside the modeled star can occur more than 100 times faster than in stars that do not rotate. The simulations also show that mixing becomes even stronger as rotation speeds increase. Kind of like a blender.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because red giants represent a future stage in the life of our own sun, these findings provide new clues about how the sun will evolve billions of years from now.
To reach these conclusions, the research team performed hydrodynamical simulations. These large three-dimensional models track how material moves inside stars and require enormous computing power.
Such calculations are extremely demanding, and they were only possible thanks to the latest generation of supercomputers. Hey, quiet on the set.
They're moving around. We got stuff happening in here. Well, until recently, while stellar rotation was thought to be part of solving this conundrum, limited computing abilities prevented us from quantitatively testing the hypothesis, says Falk Herwig, not making that up, principal investigator and director of ARC. Continuing his quote, these simulations allow us to tease out small effects to determine what actually happens, helping us to understand our observations.
The team carried out their simulations using computing systems at the Texas Advanced Computing Center at the University of Texas at Austin and the new Trillium supercomputing cluster at SciNet at the University of Toronto. So here we go. Here's where the supercomputer comes in. So
SciNet, not to be confused with Skynet. Two different things, okay?
Okay.
Right. Trillium, which launched in August 2025, is among the most powerful supercomputers available for large parallel academic simulations in Canada. It is part of the national network supported by the Digital Research Alliance of Canada. The system's expanded computing capacity played a crucial role in completing this research.
Quote, we were able to discover a new stellar mixing process only because of the immense computing power of the new Trillium machine. These are the computationally most intensive stellar convection and internal gravity wave simulations performed to date, states Falk Herwig, which that name Steve did not make up, professor of physics and astronomy and director of ARC.
The computational techniques used to simulate stellar convection apply broadly to understanding flows in the natural world, from ocean currents to atmospheric dynamics to blood flow. Herwig is also working with researchers across these fields to develop shared approaches and infrastructure for large-scale flow simulations.
Bluin plans to continue investigating stellar rotation as long as the money keeps coming in.
That's right.
While this research studied one particular type of star, he is interested in exploring what happens in other stars, including how different rotation profiles affect how efficiently the star mixes and whether rotation also enhances wave mixture or mixing in other types of stars and evolutionary phases. Okay.
Yeah, fascinating.
So if you're looking for a place to put your money, send it to, what's his name? Boulin, and what's the other guy's name? Herwig.
Falk Herwig.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later.
Yep. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.